Hello and welcome to yet another special edition of Tales of Terramir. I'm Mike Domes. Once again, I will be your host and game master for the duration of this all-new live play D&D long shot. This will be another short run of episodes that follows a series of unfortunate events that occur at the southwestern edge of the Carrarian Kingdom and now drizzling into the Azuli Dominion. Our party returns, starting with the highly skilled fact-seeking Pangenan on a secret mission. She wants to know anything about everything and will sketch it like one of your Dominion girls. We have the rogue archivist, Lessimore, don't call her Lessie, Jiggly, played by Hannah Nye. It's an interesting last name, Hannah, Jiggly.
Yeah.
Curious. Hailing from Willowdale, this erstwhile street rat turned Carrarian soldier turned orc slang Ronin has a torrid past, and like every edgelord backstory, this has led him to studying the blade. I'm talking about the seasoned human fighter Duris Ungadra, played by Charlie Peter.
Yay! We'll figure out how to pronounce it at some point.
At some point, by the end, maybe in an episode or two. Well, that was better, right? Soldier turned orc slang Ronin, not halfling child killing machine, right?
You know,
maybe a little bit.
We're trending
sense.
Positive.
We were doing positive. And originally from the northern part of the Dune Sea, on the far side of the Azuli Dominion, depending on where you're standing, she'll galvanize her allies with her dulcet siren song or lure enemies in close for the kill. She is the mysterious Taxbaxi bard, maker of biscuits, and master of the Yaz pan flute, whilst literally bar hopping. Song of the River Glen, otherwise known as River, played by Justin Kirkwood. Woo. And you can call her Riv because she's a people person or people pleaser, apparently.
That's right.
And Daniel Joyce is the man with the plan behind the curtain, keeping us in check. And Wes is likely lurking in the chat, so hop in and say hello. He's Tales of Terramir. And speaking of Tales of Terramir, put a .com on the end of that, and you'll find our website where you can catch all our episodes and other information about our thing here. You can also find those apps on YouTube, or if you prefer us to be heard, not seen, you can find us on our most recent apps on all your favorite podcast platforms. Like and subscribe, please. And of course, all of that is locally sourced from our live Twitch stream that usually occurs every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with the replays on the off weeks. If you want to watch it without ads, sub to us for free using your Amazon Prime account if you have one. And for the socials, remember the acronym TIT-TOT. That's Threads, Insta, TikTok for under the handle Tales of Terramir. Yeah, we're in your head now, so go get some content.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
Blah, blah, blah. So, all right, let's get back into our adventure in Tales of Terramir, Disintegration. Welcome back. First thing I need is everybody to roll a d20, please.
Okay.
Already.
Fine.
Yep. Let's just put that out there before we start. Last time on Tales of Terramir Disintegration, we joined a party in the middle of their typical day, at this particular time hunting down some troublemakers in the area who were responsible for raiding nearby villages over the past few weeks. Despite the range of personalities and character, the group was effective in their teamwork and made short work of the bounty. As they trudged their way back out of the Copper Swamp, we learned that they found each other under the initial employ of Cassie Luella, a human ranger who hired them in Central Career. And in that time, they had grown close and banded together as a formal party consisting of the world-weary Duris Ungadra, a veteran Carrarian soldier with the experience and contacts across the country to match. His deadly skill with the exotic sword he mysteriously found one day is unparalleled, but juxtaposed by his love for drink, perhaps to drown out all the terrible things he's seen within his short human lifetime. The red-haired Lessimore Jiggly. The party knows her to be an archivist hailing from Pangenan, an academic of sorts who's recording all the fascinating things on her travels. She has a curious mind and is far, far from home. What they and we don't know is what she's really doing all the way out here. The calm, calculated song of the River Glen, aka River, a tabaxi bard whose diverse clandestine skills have supported her friends across career beyond the confines of combat and comfort. Her precise words are often laced with hidden meaning, and veiled under even deeper layers of subterfuge, her sweet smiles shroud the deadly threat she is, hellbent on finding that which she is looking for. And as mentioned before, Cassie Luella, or Cass as she is comfortably known to the party, had brought them all together and has been trusted as both a party leader and confidant in their respective secrets. She herself is a highly skilled adventurer who spends her days seeking fortune and glory while finding other joys in the revelry of her companions. The young human is a free spirit who they've looked to as a close friend, sister, battle buddy, like someone they've known their whole lives rather than just within the last few months. And as of now, their lives have led them to Willowdale, the last bastion town located in the southernmost part of the Corellian kingdom near the border of the treacherous Azuli Dominion. The town supports the nearby garrisons responsible for keeping that divide. After emerging from the Copper Swamp, the party settled into the Madam Duck, the go-to tavern inn for both adventurers and travelers alike, offering all the sought-after conveniences at the edge of the kingdom. The reward for the bounty was collected and divvied up, and they were able to find comforts of food, drink, and each other's company. Cass in particular enjoyed her time by soothing her soul to River's music, helping Lesmore pour over her research, and shooting the shit with Duras, until the tavern was silenced with the sudden presence of Baron Corbin Hellstrom, the wealthy merchant guild magnate turned so-called leader of Willowdale due to his connections and mastery of logistics. After making a scene of himself with boisterous posturing and loudly buying a round of drinks for everyone, he and his steward Morden Voss found a table in the corner to watch the crowd. Duras informed Cass that while he was known to dabble in less than reputable trades, he was tolerated by the kingdom and the town, it seems, for keeping Willowdale on the map, despite the troubles crossing over from the border. And throughout the evening, the party couldn't help but notice that the Baron and his companion were eyeing them closely. This was later followed by an impromptu meeting to the Baron's table, offering the party 20 gold pieces each just to hear him out in confidence. But even during their brief correspondence, the Baron began to reveal his true self as he maliciously scolded the young waitress Haley for a simple spilled drink, as well as demanding free recompense for the trivial offense. He quickly shifted back into his gregarious mask and continued. Apparently, the Baron's estate was stealthily infiltrated several days ago by a raiding party of orcs who kidnapped his only son, Fabian, his legacy, as he strongly noted. He believes this attack is an attempt to coerce him into giving up supporting the defense of the border, so the offer was dangerously complicated, but simply put. Cross over into the Dominion, find his son, eliminate the orcs, and return him to safety before he is forced to answer or refute any demands. The reputation of his leadership was at stake, and he refused to be undermined by these savages, as he vehemently called them. Discretion was tantamount, not only to prevent the young man's premature death, but to avoid any chance of escalating a war between the two nations. The Baron commented that these reasons alone are why he didn't send his own champion, Ursian, after them, as he is not subtle. Discretion, as the richest man in the area, their reward was to be quite substantial, on the final condition that his steward, Morden Voss, was to accompany them to verify Fabian's identity and the completion of the job. The party moved to discuss it among themselves, but not before River placed her paw on the Baron's hand and leveled a serious look into his eyes, expressing that family is everything. I would do the exact same if I were you, and moved away before he could respond. After a brief huddle, the party agreed to taking the quest. Cassie thought it was the right thing to do, though considering the Baron was an apparent bastard, she didn't believe his son should suffer because of it. Not to mention the coin was great, and she was confident that they could pull it off. Duras was eager for an excuse to kill some orcs, though he never expressed the reason for his enthusiasm. One could only guess it was due to losing his family during a raid involving Azuli orcs. Lesmore was unfazed by crossing into the territory, assuming the wealth of information that was to be discovered for the Pangenian archives. River was immediately on board, though not citing any specific reasons other than the cold hard cash. She was also strangely insistent that they not only complete the job, but they didn't harm the Baron, mentioning that he may have something mentioning only that he may have something that she has been looking for. And with that, the deal was struck. The Baron said Morden would fetch them in the early morning to ride for the border station where they could exchange the horses for camels necessary for traversing the arid environment, as Careerian horses were not acclimated to the heat. Shortly after the Baron and his steward left, the party was approached by a young girl who introduced herself as Fabian's fiancée, Alia. She saw them talking with the Baron and asked if they were to save him. And after Duras expertly masked his involvement due to the discretion clause of their agreement, Alia begged them to rescue him, showing a genuine love for the young man. She went on to tell him that Fabian was a kind, gentle soul that didn't want anything to do with the Baron's business. She was the only witness to the kidnapping and stated that they were to be wed this spring, but then those brutes took him from me. After the party called out the healing bruise on her cheekbone, she revealed that the Baron indeed struck her out of anger, blaming her for not raising an alarm and getting them into this mess. Much to the party's vexation, this frail girl regretted her cowardice and accepted the fault. She was expressing shame. She also expressed shame that she had nothing to offer because she was an orphan. She had no desires for Fabian's money or position, and wondered out loud why the Baron wanted her to marry his son in the first place. And while Alia wiped away her tears, River noticed a very familiar bracelet on her wrist that belonged to someone she knew. She called attention to how beautiful it was, and Alia explained that it was gifted to her from Fabian, given to him by his father after he returned from some business in Central Career. She expressed a deep gratitude, as it was the nicest thing she had ever had and was so special because of her love for Fabian. And without breaking her countenance, River charmingly reassured her that the Baron may have his rough moments, but is looking forward to having a beautiful daughter-in-law. Despite this, Lessenmore then slid a small dagger towards the young girl, proposing a speculative premise that if the Baron was to hit her again, he fell into your knife. Intolerant of the situation, her eyes suggested a more sinister intent. Alia began to stammer that she couldn't possibly do such a thing, to which Lessenmore quickly suggested, or if the orcs come back, self-defense. To which the young girl agreed, thanking her for her kindness. She left with a glimmer of hope in her eyes. And with a new job on the books, the party began to wind down for the evening in their respective ways, waiting for the dawn. However, River, daylight hasn't even broken the darkness of the sky when you were abruptly woken to the sound of pounding on your door in the hours of what most sane people would never consider morning. Though last night's inebriation threatens to pull you back into the dreams of heavy slumber, your instincts, training, survival response, whatever you want to call it, force your body in an automatic fashion, unconsciously placing your hand on your weapon while moving towards the source of the din. And you open the door. A man wearing dark chain armor and a crimson cloak stands before you, almost pushing his body through the door frame to prevent it from closing. And he says coldly to you, "You are late. Morden Voss is waiting for you downstairs."
River kind of wipes the sleep out of her eyes. Says, "Okay, let's go. Let's go talk to the wet blanket. I mean, our companion."
He kind of tries to look in your room.
"Can I help you?"
He says, "Hurry up." And then he turns to leave. So go ahead and describe how you get ready, or how you wake up the others, because obviously he picked any of the doors and yours is the one that he came across.
Do I need to wake people up now? Oh, did Morden Voss want to talk to all of us? I thought he just wanted to talk to me.
He's gone. He's gone.
Well, I assumed that he just wanted to talk to me. So why don't I just go down there and talk to him now?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you just go outside in your PJs and whatever?
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. No. So River gets ready. She puts on all her balms and salves and her accoutrements, and
face mask.
and powders, and she looks, she can get ready to kill in 5 minutes. So She's out the door in 5 minutes, going down to talk to Morton Voss, letting the others sleep in for now.
All right. And outside, you see the armored man next to Morden, who is sitting on his horse as you exit the tavern, wearing an impatient look on his face. You were supposed to be ready. Now we won't reach the border to this after. Where are the rest of your companions? Is this what we're to expect for my master's coin?
Well, hey, look, you want us to be refreshed, don't you?
Yes, but we need to make good time. Otherwise,
Okay.
Fabian may be in more trouble.
Okay, we have to strike a balance here. Okay, we're going to
Just get them. Just get them.
Okay, I'll go wake him up. And River goes upstairs and she like beats on everyone's doors, like, "Hey, I forgot, but we're totally late."
Duras hasn't moved from that chair downstairs in front of the fireplace.
He's got like literal.
They like somehow just missed him completely.
Cass, Lessimore, let's go. And where the hell is Duras?
I think he's still downstairs. Calzin opens the door. He's like, "Oh, 5 minutes." And she closes it and opens it again. 10 minutes. She has to finish up some stuff. And then after 10 minutes, she comes out. Somebody wake up Duras. And Cass goes down and gets another ale from I already forgot my character's name. NPC's name, the bartender, the late night NPC bartender.
Your friendly bartender.
Your friendly bartender. Brander. He gets another ale and tells Duras wakes up. Duras, here, quick, drink this. Refresh yourself. We got to be outside in like 10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
Slaps.
What are...
Yes, yeah. She heard the knock on the door, and she's actually like, she's already dressed. She's like, I'm always ready. Getting her stuff together. She makes her way down.
And you guys all make it out, and Morden is he's just almost livid. He's like red in the face. His very pale face is very red. And he's like, "Are you guys ready?" Cass comes out. She's like, "We're no good to you unrested, and we're here now. And you could use some beauty sleep yourself." Does anyone else have anything they want to say or do?
Fine, they want him for leverage anyway. We got time.
Morden says, "Dare I ask if any of you require supplies before we depart? Can't imagine you're very prepared at all."
Oh. Let's see.
Cass says she's
Look over my bag. Yeah, I think I'm good.
We got a big down payment, right? Yeah, that's right. We split up like 2,000 gold.
No, you didn't get the paid yet. You're paid on the completion of the job.
After.
Oh, we didn't get any advance? Oh man, we should have renegotiated.
I told him you weren't very smart. I told the Baron you weren't very smart.
It is what it is.
All right, still got.
You did get paid for the bounty that you did the day before.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I felt a little loaded. Well, what can we buy?
Well, the Baron Supply Depot is on the way out. You can pick up whatever you need for a price, of course.
Of course. Employee discount?
He doesn't answer. And, the supply depot is actually right next to where your horses are stabled, yet another convenience established for those who would pass through the town. As deplorable as the Baron may be, something is to be said for his logistical skills. And there is a stall window at the front of the building that opens to the outside. A tired-looking tabaxi wearing simple orange robes, blah, blah, blah. Nope, that's not him. This is him.
Is there a beaver in there that sells like 20 different types of jerky?
I didn't mention the beaver, so no. Yes, tired-looking tabaxi wearing simple orange yellow robes is busy setting up supplies behind the service counter. He sees you approach and strains a little, turning his attention towards you. Welcome to the Willowdale Supply Depot, the only place to find the best gear at the edge of the world. My name is Craxus. How may I serve you? He says this canned response flatly, and without even rolling, you can see this broken, desperate look in his eyes staring at the ground. Players, you may pretty much purchase a wide range of things, nothing crazy, probably nothing over very rare or anything over rare. But if you need any sort of supplies, rations, or whatever, then we can negotiate that.
Let's see. So, well, first of all, before you even ask, no, I'm not interested in the membership rewards program. I just want to know, do you have, what kind of swords do you have?
We have all types of swords, long, short, curved, broken, refurbished.
What do you have in the way of curved? Do you have a...
We have this, this lovely selection of scimitars.
Okay, how much is find the shiniest one there. How much is that one?
The shiniest one? Let me look up on my computer.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting, I will sign up for the loyalty program.
There is no loyalty program. We are working that is, but please pardon our dust, that is coming in the works. This says 25 gold pieces. I don't know how right that is, but this says 25 gold pieces. However, it's actually going to be 35 gold pieces.
Did we mention that we were working for the Baron?
Yeah, Cassie turns around and says, yeah, are we sure we can't get some sort of discount for this important mission? And Morden says, out of the question. This is a business, after all, and nothing is more important out here than making sure we have the proper equipment available to defend our borders. That costs money.
Okay. And then River is going to just lean in and be like, are you sure you don't want happy employees? Kind of bat her eyes.
To Morden?
Yeah, to try to persuade him a little bit.
Roll your persuasion.
Will do.
With disadvantage. Because I'm sorry, with disadvantage.
Okay.
Sorry. It's because
Meow.
Give them a 5% discount. Mike the GM says 5 because I don't know how much the percentage discount is for the actual thing.
5% or 5 gold.
Whatever. So we'll say 5 gold. So it's basically going to be 30 gold pieces for a scimitar.
Okay, sold.
And so go ahead and deduct that, and you may take a scimitar and add it. If you need some help, let me know with that. And as he's preparing it for you, Craxus, the employee says, I'm so sorry, I don't make the prices. It's just, and he's trying to keep it quiet, but his eyes look up to find some sort of forgiveness to you, River, for this. Obviously, he's not responsible for this offense, this price gouging of sorts. And he's trying to keep quiet, and he's just apologizing to you. His eyes catch Morden staring at him from behind you. And then in a matter of moments, the Tabaxi's expression switches from despair and wiping the wetness from his eyes. And he just stands up straight and he says, yep, those are the prices. It's due to the difficulty of transporting such fine quality items this far from the Central Kingdom. We must maintain costs to provide the very best.
We got you, kid. We got you. Okay.
And he's like glancing at you and Morden, and you can see the fear in his eyes. In fact, if all of you are at the counter, Duras and River, because you have the highest passive perceptions, though you can't actually see it from that side of the counter, whenever you see Craxus shifting his weight, you hear the rattling of chains, which you can only assume are probably some sort of leg irons. And he turns and he prepares your scimitar and he wipes it down and he wraps it up and Says that'll be 30 gold, sir. Miss. Sorry.
River slides him 30 gold, and she kind of like peers over at the shackles, like, working a long shift, huh?
Always.
Yeah.
I'm happy to.
She kind of like looks around, signal like, hey, there's nobody here. And be like, which in?
Morton's right behind you. He's like,
Oh, is he?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's watching. He's on his horse back here watching you guys.
Oh,
He's
okay.
desperately, he's like looking at his watch, waiting for you guys to finish.
Oh, where'd he get that watch?
None of your business. I'm very rich.
Hasn't even been invented yet. Okay, so she just slides him the gold and takes the scimitar, equips it, figures out what its stats are real fast.
I'll track it to your sheet shortly. Anybody else? Can I help anybody else?
No?
Anyone?
All right.
I'm good.
From
Other
behind
than
you,
scimitar.
from behind you, Morton says, "We've wasted enough time. Let's go."
Hold your camels. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but to Morden's obvious annoyance, you all ride off south well into the morning. It will take you past high noon to reach the border at the pace you've set, and in that relatively short space, the air begins to stray away from the cool breeze and humidity and becomes a drier heat the further you travel. The green grasses begin to gradient to brown as the sun gazes down angrily on everything beneath it. River, actually, the closer you get going, this weather reminds you of your childhood on the northern part of the Dune Sea at the far opposite side of the Dominion. But while the warmth fills you with likewise warm, albeit treacherous memories from your time there, you soon become numb to it again as your thoughts always land back to the reason you're so far from home in the first place. Then instinct pulls you out of your daydream and your attention is drawn by the feeling that somebody is watching you. And you look up and you see Cass with a concerned expression. And after a moment, almost as if she could read your mind, she says, "We'll find her. I promise." And she nods at you reassuringly.
Yeah. River gives a slight nod.
Sorry, I lost some windows here. All right, there we go. All right. There are several hours before you reach the border station, and if anyone wants to ask any questions or RP in the meantime, you have the space to do it.
God, I hate it out here. It's so hot.
Cassie is also tugging at her leather armor. She's like, "Yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable, and we're not even in the worst of it yet."
It really is. I grew up with a wet heat, but the dry heat is something different.
Your blood
Dry
has been
heat
acid
isn't as
enough.
bad as a wet heat.
Oh no, my lips are very chapped.
You don't have any chapstick over there?
What's a chapstick?
Watch, chapstick, calculator.
They'll
These places are
probably
amazing.
have some at the border station, but it's gonna be like 10 gold. Because they know you forgot it.
Right.
Well, I'll have to get one.
It'll help you with that. And just make sure you stay covered too. The sun can be a bitch.
Right. She has like a scarf around her head.
Morden says, "I hear an awful lot of complaining. Are you sure you guys will make it?"
Oh, honey, their blood just needs to thin out a little bit. It'll be fine. Give them a few
Says
days.
the man all in black.
I'm used to this.
Yeah.
Hope you don't mind the heat. Sorry.
That swamp heat coming up from the bayou.
This is the dry heat. Cassie says out loud too. So, what happened to Fabian's mother? I didn't hear any mention of her. How is she feeling about this whole thing? Morden says, Fabian's mother died a long time ago. Some sort of sickness that not even the clerics can heal, or at least the clerics that we had in town. This far to the border, it's hard to get any truly skilled clerics this far out. He was never the same after his mother died. But that was a long time ago. It gave him ample time to get over it. Okay, says Shirley. And he doesn't have any brothers to speak of? No brothers, especially after his mother died, which is why it's so important. He is the only heir to the Baron, and the only chance to carry on his legacy, his family name, everything that he's built here.
Extra important to keep him safe, which is why you hired the right crew.
Let's hope so.
And River kind of looks at Cass, askance after she says that. Sort of like,
she's like, yeah. I heard the Baron is into a lot of businesses, even some lesser known businesses, or I would say maybe, how do I say, less reputable.
Duras kind of shoots Cass a look, like, don't start shit.
It's like, watch this. She's not even like sign language. She's just like to Morgan. He doesn't say anything after a few moments, and he says, how the Baron conducts his business is no concern of yours. All that is important is that he keeps the protection of the border, and he does his job well. And you need to just be concerned about the job you have been hired for. Cass shoots Duras and the rest of you a look like, that kind of eyes you, River, and says, we will deal with that later.
and then River says to Morden, honey, we really need to have a talk about the art of conversation. We were just making conversation. I mean, if you don't want to talk about the Baron, why not talk about yourself? What's your story?
You were not hired to talk. You were hired to get back the Baron's son. You don't need to know about me. All you need to know is that I am the Baron's most trusted advisor. And I'm here to make sure that you do your job right.
Aye, aye, Captain.
He did poetry at open stage night once.
He's right. He also doesn't say anything after Mindy says, I did. It didn't go well. That's all I'll say about that. Maybe after a few more months, he's like, you try and you try after years. He doesn't actually say that, but you can see it on his face, his silent expression of slow self-confidence and self-esteem. Does anyone have anything else they would like to discuss amongst yourselves or directed at Morden? All right.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, it takes you until after the noon.
No, I asked Morden.
Have we stopped? Are we there? Good God. Where did we hire you guys? Let me see here. And Sorry, I got a whole music thing going here, and it's a whole thing. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. This is for immersion, okay? You arrived to the border station a bit later than expected. Some of you have actually seen this setup before. The border stations, there are more like towers erected hundreds of yards apart and stuffed with spiked barriers in the spaces in between. It's just what you would expect to sort of a thing to protect the borders from invasions or hordes or whatever. Upon seeing Morden, some of the mercenaries there, heralded by the kind of the same dark armor and red cloaks and trappings that woke you up, River, immediately make sure to attend your arrival. And especially Duras, you recognize these are not Careerian soldiers. This particular place seems to be a way station specifically operating under the Baron's influence. And in short order, your horses are traded for camels, your water skins are refilled, and you are also given another larger water skin, which has twice the capacity of a regular water skin to carry on your mount. So you have a good deal of water going into this arid environment.
I was going to ask about that.
Say that again?
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, they're not unfamiliar with the traveling in between, especially the patrols going in and out, just feathering into the Azuli Dominion. So they're very well aware of the requirements for those kind of journeys. And within the hour, you are actually headed into the Azuli Dominion. Unless there's something, does anyone have to pee before we go? I know there's rest stops everywhere because it's all a rest stop. No? Fantastic.
Well, it's gonna all pretty much be a bathroom for River, right?
I'll give River a moment to respond.
River has like this little leather band where she just keeps making notches every time he makes one of those jokes.
It's almost torn.
Just to keep track. But no, I'm waiting for a litter box.
Okay.
I'm glad you clarified. I wasn't quite sure, but I felt like it was improper to ask.
Oh yes. Also, Lessamore wanted some chapstick.
Chapstick, yes.
Yes. We don't have a formal station here. You might want to check with the supply, the soldier supplies over there. Perhaps somebody has chapstick you may borrow. We don't really have chapstick out here. Everybody's well hydrated.
Okay.
All right, just like straight
go
up,
and ask around.
straight up, I didn't think that someone was going to ask about chapstick at the Azuli Dominion border. Okay, thanks for that. All right. You write that shit down. Hold on.
You didn't have any chapstick content in the chamber ready to go?
No,
No
I'm not
balms for
not that good of a
herbal.
GM to prepare for that. You threw me off there. Yeah,
This
so
doesn't feel like a fully fleshed out world.
it's not. It's not.
No.
You know what? I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. There's nothing on this. There's nothing on this notepad. Actually, I'm just. That's great. Okay. But like I said, you're headed towards the Azuli Dominion, and it's hot. And you guys know that it's hot, and within minutes you feel the heat reflecting off the dried, cracked earth and sending intensifying the atmosphere around you. It's almost so unbearable that some of you consider taking off your armor, but you hold strong. And even after several hours of travel, it doesn't seem like the sun has moved at all. It's still perched up at the highest point in the sky, though it could be at any angle since there isn't actually any cover from it for miles, really. And you do see the occasional tracks of someone or someone's moving in the direction that you're headed, until the ground starts to get softer and the trail becomes more apparent. And at one point, you do see something off in the distance where the tracks eventually lead, but you can't tell what it is from where you are. a lump in the sand. Maybe it's a weird shaped rock or a stick. And actually, I'll bring you to this map here because you guys are following something, but you're not exactly sure what you see. Can everybody see the map?
Yeah, I see sand.
Sand. It
So
is
much
everywhere. It's hot. It gets. I don't know, man. Of course. Thank you. I forget the background. And
It's
you
not
can
like
see
you, Mike.
this sort of like these footprints leading to this weird half-buried shape underneath. Not sure what exactly that it is.
It's like a penguin head. Oh no, I see what it is. Okay.
Oh, son of a gun! You know what? I just noticed that I didn't give you. I just reminded myself out of everything I did. I didn't give you control of your. Did I give you control of your camels?
Let's see.
Remember the camel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a good DM.
This guy knows what he's doing.
Jesus Christ! Don't let me fool you. Yeah. So, yeah, you see something, a shape in the sand there, and you move closer because you can't really see it from where you're standing.
Okay. River feels pretty confident in the desert, so she's just gonna sort of ride up to it. It's this one up here towards the top of the map.
It's this thing right
Yeah.
here. Yeah. Are you gonna stay on your camel? Too?
Yeah, she's gonna
you
just
see
ride
it?
up next to her camel and look down at it,
Okay.
see if she can spot it.
Okay.
Spot where
Great.
it is.
You move in close, and you are about to reach it for a better view, until your camel starts. His foot starts sinking in the sand right in the area
No.
that you're at. Actually, exactly in the area that you're at, and you know, but it doesn't sink very far. But as you struggle to get out, the sand ahead of you shifts around, and unburying itself is a large. Give me a second.
Is it Shai Halud?
Say that again.
Is it Shai Halud?
It is not Shai Hulud. Not yet, anyways. Revealing itself is a large hyena. And it takes a second to shake all the sand off itself. And it raises its hackles that look wooden for some reason and growls menacingly. And right here, we're actually going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. But, you know, you can also, we're going to go take a break real quick. And you can use this time, for those of you viewing or watching, to like and or subscribe regardless of whatever platform that you're consuming this on. There's always one or both of those options. So sit tight, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. First things first, let's roll initiative. Don't bother. Whoops, I started the wrong music. This is desert travel, not desert combat.
We know.
Yeah.
We totally.
Oh, look, someone
the
can
difference.
listen, someone can hear the music all of a sudden. All right.
Not to brag, but
Not to brag, yeah. Let me see. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna roll this. That's some more. Let's go. Some more. Get some. And then I also have to roll for Morden boss. Morden's a pretty cool guy, don't you think?
yeah.
Definitely want to take a road trip with him.
Like for the party.
All right. There you go. And then let's get this guy out.
What are camel stats?
Camels stats. Do you have?
Like,
did I give you
like
guys the
speed.
view to the camels, or did I just give you control of them?
I don't see camel.
You don't see
Let me see if
camel.
I can
And
look it up in the thing.
so weird. I don't have
How do
the.
you spell camel? Is it E?
It's a CAM. Yeah.
Oh, that monster camel.
Oh, that's weird. I must have just put the
2024
tokens,
camel
not
now.
thinking that you guys. Oh no, here it is. Mounts. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. If
But
you,
their speed 50 feet. Camels are fast as fuck.
yeah, they are. You guys just gonna run from the encounter? Is that what's happening?
No.
You guys gonna run?
No. Shut up about the camels, everybody.
Whose camel is camel 1? That's River. Sorry, everybody, give me 1 second to activate this so that you guys. Yep. So glad I had this prepared. Yeah.
Unless some more yells out. She's like, it was hiding underground. Maybe
Correct.
to protect itself from the sun.
That's very smart.
Big smile on her face.
We're gonna skip the camel thing. If you need to roll something for the camel, we'll just roll for you, so we don't have to go through this 4 times. Yeah. So you see this giant hyena River burst from under the sand. It shakes it all off. And without rolling, you can actually see instead of fur, it looks like it has this bark plating all over it. Oh, should probably add it to turn order. That might be a good idea too, so that it can attack you guys and possibly kill you. You see this thing burst out of the sand, and Lastimore, you are up. What is the first thing you do?
Can I attack from the camel, on top of the camel?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You will use the camel's movement, unless you dismount, which is like half your movement.
Okay. Cool. Camel's movement, she's going to, get closer to it. She's like, I'm gonna get a closer look. She, kind of swing by it onto the other side, kind of rounding around the wolf thing.
Hyena.
Hyena, sorry. And she will try and slash at it from on top of her camel with a rapier for a 16.
A 16 definitely hits. It kind of turns it around and loses track of you and the camel. And how did you hit it with your rapier?
With a
Yeah,
rapier.
absolutely. You got it. Oh my gosh. Awesome hit. 13 points. Okay. Yeah, you got it for 16, you said? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mounted combat's like a whole thing.
Mounted combat? Okay. What do you have?
I don't have a thing. I just know it's a whole thing. Do we just want to ignore it?
We sure are.
Alright.
They're gonna bother you this. Also, I didn't think you guys were gonna stay on your camels, but this is good. This is good. This is a learning experience.
No, I was going to get off my camel and then walk 100 feet to see what that lump was.
Look, I didn't even know you guys were gonna ask about chopstick. All right, just give me a break. Okay. Less more. Do you do anything with your bonus action?
Nope, that's it for her.
Fantastic. Cass also rides up. She starts charging with 50 feet. My goodness, that's a lot of camels.
Camel's fast as fuck.
Camel's speed. She is going to. What is that? Is this 50? This is 50 right here. She can't quite make it, and she's patting herself all over because she didn't have her character sheet open either. And she's going to throw a dagger at it from where she is. That's damage, not actual attack, for 23 and she hits it for 7 piercing. It, because of its wood armor, it kind of gets stuck into its shoulder. And she has another attack, but she is out of range, so she's gonna stay right here. Duras, you are up, and River, you're on deck.
All right. So is my camel stuck, or was that just sort of the
You're on deck.
You are, yeah, you're on deck, so it's Duras next, but to answer your question, you only have to take 10 feet of your camel's movement, which is like nothing at all. to get unstuck. It's difficult terrain for the spot that you're in.
Okay, but it's not actively sinking into the sand, right?
No. It didn't sink very far. It's just like it was just
Gotcha.
enough to slow you down.
So it's not like a sinkhole.
Okay,
Correct.
thought we were gonna do a quick sand thing.
No, just a
So-
little trap. Nothing.
So River is gonna hop
Nope,
off the
it's-
camel.
Well, it's Duras. You're next. You're on
oh,
deck.
sorry, on deck.
Mhm.
I'll move up here
Gotcha.
and then I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow.
Pull out the crossbow. For 19. 19 definitely hits. Roll your damage.
6 piercing.
-6 piercing. You ride up with your camel. I would guess as a Carrarian soldier, you might have some experience in the Azuli desert, maybe on deployment, and you use your crossbow, you steady yourself, and again, because of its wooden armor, this bolt sticks into its shoulder. You have a second attack and a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just take another shot with the crossbow.
You cannot, because you have to reload. It's a crossbow.
Can't I bonus action reload?
Can you?
A light crossbow?
Sure. Let's. Okay. Yeah, knock it out. Let's.
I thought I could.
Why not? Sure. Why not? 20 hits. 20
Yeah, dirty
Come on.
20. 3 piercing.
-3. And again, another crossbow bolt stuck in next to the dagger, and the other crossbow bolt. Anything for your bonus.
Well, yeah,
attack,
that's my turn.
attack, and okay, great. River, you are up.
All right, River takes a look at those fangs and says, "No, thank you," to engaging with it. So she's going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ha!
Let's see. If he fails a Wisdom save, then that's 3d6 psychic damage.
Well, how do you know it's a he? Just kidding. Wisdom save. What did you say? What's the wisdom save? You got a 13.
Yeah,
It got a 13, not he. He. It got a
Yeah.
13.
What,
What's your
what year is this?
cast your Justin, I'm sorry, let's be a little bit more sensitive, okay? DC 15, then it fails. It fails. 10 psychic damage? I mean, yeah, 10 psychic damage. As it looks around and it starts growling all around it. It feels like, and it takes whatever. I don't know what Dissonant Whispers is. It's just scary talk, or?
Yeah, it's like a ear-shattering noise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does not like that. It's pawing at its ears. This giant wooden armored dire hyena of sorts. Anything for your bonus action?
She just apologizes for misusing his pronouns. It's pronouns.
I don't forgive you. Up next is Morden Voss, and he rides over here. He says, "Take care of it, you idiots!" And why is this camel in a turn order? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess the camel is the hyena. Did I?
It's a,
Yeah, you added the camel instead of the hyena.
Yeah,
it's an ambitious camel.
that's
It's a
messed
bias
up.
to action.
Let's get rid of that guy.
The camel spits.
That's okay. You didn't get a wolf, but you get a camel as a pet. There, fine. Morden Voss doesn't do anything to help. Next up is this giant hyena. It is not within range of anything, so it's going to turn around and it's going to attack you once more with an 20. It's a 20 hit. I think it does.
Can I uncanny dodge? Use your reaction to have the attack's damage. Oh, that's damage. Okay.
No, you sure can. Though.
Yes, that hit.
Yeah,
That hits.
100%.
I thought that was the.
I forgot about rogue stuff. That's 2 bludgeoning damage, but you do your uncanny dodge,
Yes.
so it's halved. Wow! So it basically tries to grab your your leg, and the fangs just graze you for 1 bludgeoning damage.
Ah.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Well, I'll just use that. I used the camel's bite, not the. the hyena's bite. That's fine. We'll keep moving on. Lesson more. You are up now. Cassie on deck. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. It's the top of the round. Juggling a lot of things here. As this happens, some of the camels, especially Cassie's and Durus's, they start to get a little bit more restless when the sand, suddenly bursts from the ground in the rear flank as a giant constrictor reveals itself and poises, ready to attack. And Cassie yells out, "What the hell? A snake and a dire hyena?" And I'm going to add it to the initiative. But go ahead, Lessamore, with your turn.
All right. Lessamore kind of scoots her leg up a bit. "Don't you dare!" And she's going to swing her rapier at it again for 20.
For 20 definitely hits.
Awesome.
For 7.
7.
Wow, how do you do that? How do you do that?
She does this fun move where she takes her camel, she kind of
It's fun.
goes around the rest of the hyena and kind of scrapes it down its side as she moves around it.
Your rapier gouges across the bark armor of sorts. Let's see here. And your attack cuts through the dire hyena, and its form suddenly melts into a much smaller, but not any less threatening shape.
She kind of like points and at what happened. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, a muscular orc woman with long dreadlocks and desert druid trappings rises from the ground, and her eyes burning into yours. She says, "Isinek Tema." Durus, you are in range, and knowing that you're the only one that speaks orc, you can translate this as, "You will not be so lucky next time." She goes saying, "Braktoma Jol Shotab Azul Isineraka Ast." That means you are trespassing on Azuli territory, and your life belongs to us now. And she goes on to say, "Krak Dok," which means you will die. As we move on to Cassie, who rides up to flank her behind you, and with that, she'll go ahead and stab down with one of her short spears for a 17. 17, I think, hits. I also have some. Sorry, I have a whole enemies folder, and then I have a whole orcs folder. There's the whole thing going on here. But 17 definitely hits for 8 piercing, and she'll go in again for she just takes another stab for 26, and for 18 all together. And you see her; she is taking these stabs all around her. Durus, you are up. Actually, she's going to scoot over a little bit more to make some room.
No op attack?
No, she... Oh, I'm so sorry. It's hard to see. She's right there. Sorry.
Alright. I'll hop off my camel. I think that's half my boot speed.
Fantastic.
And then I'll go, "I got the snake!" And he'll run up. And I think that should be the rest of my move.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'll take a big old swing at it. A 26.
Let me check. Yeah, that hits.
Alright.
It doesn't. I just log off.
I'm just going to log
Let's
off.
do 14 damage.
14 damage. Well struck. How do you describe your attack on this? It's a pretty good hit.
I just kind of I'm going just for a slash, kind of at it, and I guess it kind of hits its face a little bit.
Yeah, you slash at this giant constrictor, sand constrictor snake, desert type creature. I believe you have a second attack. Go.
Yes. So 18.
18 hits. It's still reeling from your first one, and you do another cross attack, and you slice it again for how much damage?
Let's see. 18.
18. Awesome. Great hit.
Wow.
Great hits. That's you see a big slice up it, and you can see ribs and some stuff kind of like fighting to keep itself inside, despite how much it's, because it's twisting around so much. It is bloody. Anything
All
else?
right. Well, seeing that I'm actually doing some good hits to, I'm gonna action surge.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
all right.
I mean, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill it.
Do it.
A 24.
24, yes. 24 definitely hits.
Another
16.
18 damage.
Wow. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Conan the Barbarian, where he's just hacking away at this
The snake.
Tulsa Doom snake. That's kind of what's happening here. Not going as well as I expected it, but yes, no, you do some heavy damage on it immediately. Anything else?
I get one more because it's an action surge.
Oh shoot, you do. I mean, yes, you do.
Another 18 to hit.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Only 17 slashing that time.
Only.
Wow.
How die, Charlie? How do you do it?
I'll die.
It's another a headlop.
Finally.
It just takes me a couple different where is the gap?
Are you doing like a chopping, or are you doing anime style, like you chop it off and then do your kind of short sword sheath?
Oh no, this was more of just a brutal chopping at the snake in the desert, just letting out all this heat-related anger.
Great. Yeah, you're tired. You're hot. Sand is everywhere, and you brutally hack off the giant constrictor snake's head. You're also covered in blood, and the sand blowing around is starting to stick to you. Anything else?
Oh, it's in my mouth. That's my turn.
All right, moving on to River.
So this now this orc is not in turn, right?
Oh, I'm gonna keep the turn, which is 12. Thank you. Again, it's
I just want to make sure I can engage with her.
yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna make it the same turn that it rolled as the hyena. I don't know. I think I mentioned this before. This is my first time playing D&D or GMing, so yeah.
Oh, man. You're doing great, by the way.
Thanks, babe.
Real talk. River's gonna walk over here, just so I can't tell who's flanking who, but he's gonna flank with Cass here. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then I can strike for my mount, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're gonna
Just gonna ignore the mounted combat. All right.
I think you guys get like advantage or some crap like that, but just
Oh, we don't have to ignore. I mean, I'm just saying.
I know. I just don't know what it is, so
okay.
We're not gonna bother.
All right. I thought maybe we'd get disadvantage. All right, she's gonna attack with the scimitar.
And what a fine scimitar is
yeah.
it as you roll a nat 20. What is the damage? She doesn't even see you. Yeah, you are.
This is the maiden voyage of the scimitar here. First blood, 5 slashing.
She says, she starts cursing in more orcish. Which are a few swear words that even Duras doesn't know. Anything for your bonus, actually?
So I have this glamour studded leather, which is like I can sort of enchant. I can use a bonus action to make it change shape into basically anything, any kind of clothing I want.
Within reason, yeah.
Yeah. So she just makes a there's like a word in Orcish that means "fuck you," and so she makes that like appear on her on the chest, on her armor, but written like backwards so that Orc can read it.
Oh, like ambulance.
Yeah.
Well, she's not looking in her rear view mirror, but she's smart enough to realize what it says, and we'll get to her. Actually, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Morden is also up, and he is just going to watch you guys go to work. As this druid, this orcish druid, sees the derogatory words on your shirt, on your is it a shirt, tunic? How did
It's
you?
leather armor.
Leather armor.
It's
Oh,
under
okay. You
her
just had it
tunic.
on your leather armor.
Yeah.
She sees this, and out of nowhere, she puts her hands up, and these thorny brambles come from underneath the ground as she casts Thorn Whip on you. Does a 14 hit you?
14 does not hit me.
Oh, okay. Well, it slashes past you, and as she attempts to grab you and pull you down off of your camel, but alas, it is unsuccessful. Crap. Okay. Oh, and the giant hyena is dead. Wow, this is going swell. Lessimore, you are up.
Okay. Lessimore, she's going to kind of seeing like everyone's surrounding with the orc with the camel. She's gonna jump off her camel. It takes just a couple of movement speed.
Like
right?
half your movement, yeah.
Half a movement. She jumps off and she kind of like looks at the orc lady, and she holds up her rapier but doesn't attack. And she just kind of stares at her. And that's it for her.
Are you holding an action?
Yeah, she'll hold an attack action if she attacks.
Okay, great. Perfect. Cassie sees what you're doing, and she also will hop off of her camel. And she will hop off her camel and also hold both of her short spears at her, holding her action to attack. Duras, you are up, and River, you're next after Duras.
I'm gonna click my boots of speed as a bonus action to get over there real quick. And just be like, we gotta take her.
Just looking.
And I'll say surrender in Orcish.
Okay. You're holding your action to attack?
Yep.
All right. And River, you are up.
Yeah, River just takes the scimitar that already had a little bit of hyena blood on it, just like whips it off and points it.
Okay.
Orc druid.
You all are surrounded. Do you want to get up to her? Sort of, I'll have Lessimore's camel kind of stray if you want to move up. Not at all.
Hops off the camel.
Everyone's holding their action. She's the orcish woman. Her dreadlocks are spinning around as she's looking at all of you surrounding her. As Morden's turn comes up, and he says, "What are you doing? Finish them, you idiots!" And the druid looks up and
explodes.
Cyanide pill. Cyanide tooth. Can I just say, I think we should all take a moment to mourn the fact that after Duras did all those amazing hits, nobody said, Lisan al-Gaib. It was just
Listen, I got
such a missed opportunity.
Hey, you're here with us, bud. You know? Oh man.
Yeah, you can make jokes too, Justin.
No, I'm mourning for myself too that I missed the opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, let's actually let's do this. Give me 1 second.
We'll add that in post.
Kathy pulls out the gum bar and holds it to her neck.
She, and I'm gonna have to do some adjusting here. Let's see here. This. You all get pushed as she twirls around and she transforms into, oh shit, what did I do? No, I did it right. Into a giant constrictor herself. That's her bonus action, and she turns around and she's going to snap at, oh, who is she gonna get? I don't know. Let's go for actually, everybody, you can make your, because you see her that she's about to attack, you can all make your attacks first.
Cool.
Nice. All right.
I don't know why I'm doing this. You guys are just gonna cut her down in like 2 seconds.
We all get advantage, right? Because we're all just flanked.
You all are technically flanking, yes. So go for it.
14.
14, 28, 24, and
You gotta
who am I
roll.
missing? Is that Cassie? I'm sorry. I forget that I'm playing like 6 different things, right? And 24. Everybody roll damage. Woo! You get damage. You get damage.
Thor
It's
slash
only
into
one
river.
attack too. So 8, 4. That's 12. Missing 12 plus 12 is 24. Is 35 damage. It is already bloodied as you guys attack it from all over this druid orc. Sorry,
Jewish princess.
Yeah, Jewish princesses love money and power, and I have both, and you know it. Going to attack. It's getting attacked from all over, and as a reaction, it's just going to go ahead and attack Duras with it's going to wrap itself around you. Duras for does a 15 get you? It's trying to coil its body around you while it's getting hit.
15 misses.
It misses. It
So I think
basically
it kind of like coils around the sword a bit, and
does it. It misses. You're easily able to slip away from it. That's awesome, Lessimore. You are up.
Oh wow, that's quick. Yeah, seeing that the druid didn't want to talk, she's gonna go in for another hit with a rapier for 28.
28 hits. Wow, you guys are doing awesome today.
Oh,
12
12.
with your rapier. How do you stab or however you use your rapier on it? That's a good hit. That's half of what it had left.
Oh wow, she's going to, as it's like turning to look maybe towards someone else, stick it through its through the neck area, like closer to its head.
And you see it's starting to falter. Part of the form of the snake is almost forcing itself to turn back into the druid, but it holds strong. Anything else? Bonus action or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, you get sneak attack. Did you know that? Because you're within a lot of allies.
Yeah,
allies.
you get.
Why do I keep doing that? No.
You get more damage. You should just be able to click that.
Extra 3d6.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I usually make that an attack in the attack bar. So
Like it
Oh,
should
I
be in
see
the
that.
attack bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just be able to click it, and then you should.
wow,
be able to
that looks like a lot. 14.
Ooh,
Actually,
damn.
with that, how do you do it? That's
With
enough.
She does the same thing. She goes through, but then she quickly twists before she pulls it back out.
Okay. This thing. Oh, I should have done this first. This snake form falls and it changes back into the druid. she gets back up and she says some more derogatory things to you in Orcish. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Cassie sees this and says, great job, less some more, as she moves in for a couple of stabs. Regular 25 and 22, so she does a 7 and 11 minus 18. As the orc's attention was turned towards you, Cass has no problems coming up from behind and doing some stab twists into her body, and she's flailing all around. Duras, you are up.
After having to take a step back with the snake form and the snake attacking, I'll step up to her and just go, "We told you." And then,
In Orcish?
Yep, and he'll take a swing of 14 with the first attack.
14 beats it.
Yeah.
All right, 18 damage.
Wow, how do you do it? As you say that, we told you, it says, "Avi no rock mus muli." And you, however you kill it.
I just kind of like the second she starts talking again at me, and it's just profanity. I just kind of like slash down the chest and just go, "We're not getting anything out of her."
She collapses into the sand as combat is over. The wind of this dry, it's not quite desert, but it's just this arid land. It still blows some sand and dirt over her, and it kind of sticks to her, almost already burying her from which she came. And combat is over. Well done, you guys.
All right. All together. Lisa Nal Gaib.
What is that? That's fascinating.
Just want these Dune jokes to take the heat off the cat jokes for a while.
Good plan.
We need to find the seat she came from.
All right, settle down, everybody. We're actually going to move out of the desert combat and go back to desert travel music. And after the dust doesn't necessarily settle because you're in this arid environment, Cass says, "We're lucky there weren't more than that. Otherwise, this would have been a much shorter mission. But great work, everyone." And she wipes her spears on the druid and sheathes her weapons back underneath her cloak. And Morden says, "Let's hope they were not a patrol. Otherwise, this will have been. Otherwise, we'll be seeing more if they fail to report back. I command you to hide the bodies.
Sand's already kind of doing that.
Yeah.
We'll complete the job." Cassie also interrupts. She says, "We do what we want when we want. All right, you do your job and you let us do ours." And she kind of stares him down for a few moments, and he just huffs and he rides his camel ahead past you guys as you are tending to the body. Cass turns to you all and shakes her head like, "This guy," and signals you to search the body and bury it after. And she actually runs off to get the rest of the camels together that ran off.
I was gonna go help with that too.
But I mean, if you wanted to, you can totally help too.
Speed.
Oh yeah,
just
no,
whistle?
absolutely. Or you can do that if anybody wants to also search the body and also help bury it as well. That would be great.
Yeah, River will definitely search the body. She'll try to loot the druid orc.
Sure. Anyone who wants to search, give me an investigation, please. Wow. Let's see. Some more gets a 19, and River gets a nat 20. Both of you easily find everything that's on the druid. Among the sort of druid focus you find, and I will put this down You find 2 potions. You don't have to identify this. It's easy enough. You've been on enough adventures. 2 potions of greater healing. That's 44 plus 4. You also find this nondescript bottle or vial, a glass vial that is warm to the touch, almost hot, containing a bright yellow, orange, red liquid that gives off a slight aura of light. You also find another vial that is a muddy liquid that, when agitated, brings little bits of what appears to be animal detritus into view. Finally, you also find this. I posted the name on there. It's without identifying it, it looks like some sort of very wicked dagger made out of a giant tooth. Ignore what it is. You don't actually know what that is until we identify it later. But it looks special. It looks special.
What is this completely anonymous bony dagger? Huh.
It looks like a ceremonial dagger right there.
It's sling blade. So somebody mark that down, divvy it up. Some of the stuff, like the potions, other than the greater healing, and the suspiciously fancy-looking dagger can be identified when you guys take a rest or a short rest. I don't think any of you guys got hit at all, huh? That's
no.
Think about that.
1 hit.
You took a hit? All right.
1 HP.
Oh, 1 HP. It's his but a flesh wound. We'll have to think about that for the next episode. Anything else while we're in this space?
Oh, we got all the camels back?
Bury her.
Yeah, you guys all got all the camels back. We can actually move back to the map as we
Thousands of years in the future, you just see a time lapse of the snake skeleton on the dune, and then you just see R2D2 and C3PO walking past.
Okay, anyone who's listening, that is not what happens. This is my game. According to Tatooine, somehow. This is not, oh my god, this was Tatooine a long time ago. That's not what we're doing. Okay. Let's see here. Throw me off, Charlie.
We never... Was that skeleton anything, or was that just to lure us in?
Since you had a nat 20 and Lesmore had another high roll too, I'll just give it to you guys. It wasn't anything but a long dead adventurer who succumbed to the dangers of the desert. It's just bones.
Chester Copperpot.
Yeah, it's Chester Copperpot. Who? Chester Copperpot, and there's not really anything of value at all on it. More of a lure to get unsuspecting adventurers such as yourselves into more trouble. But for now, you, after burying the body, you travel more cautiously for the rest of the day, and find no other dangers along your path.
So can I? Are we traveling right now?
Yeah, you are going. You're trying to make a little bit more distance before the nighttime.
Okay. As we're kind of clopping along, since River gathered all the loot, she'll ask, "So, who wants this bone dagger thing?"
Oh, me.
Sure. And she tosses it to Leslie.
Don't throw it.
Tilt first.
Expertly, you're a circus performer.
Underhand.
Thanks, River.
Okay.
I definitely want to study it once we take a break.
Or you could plunge it into an enemy. Either way.
That's what I would do.
I also have there's a glass vial. It's kind of warm, but it's not the color of piss, so I don't think it's pee. And then there's this muddy liquid here. I don't know what are these.
I mean, that does kind of look like pee.
It's just both of them are the druids' bathroom vials, I guess.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
We'll see.
They need
Either
to-
identify them in your short rest.
Mike, they need to conserve all the liquid they can in the desert.
I know they don't have any still suits. Dune, everyone.
Ah.
Yeah, Dune. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Easy.
So nobody wants the glass vials. River will just put them back in her bag, and then I'm gonna hold on to these potions of healing for anyone who needs them. Okay,
Excellent.
that's okay.
No, give me all the treasure. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Morden's writing.
Come get it.
Come get it. All right. Yeah. Like I said, you guys are traveling. You don't really run into anything else because you're definitely not trusting some of these other dangers in the deserts. But you speculate because you're still a lot closer to the border and not as deep at this point, even just after sort of the whole day of travel. You aren't running into any more of the more dangerous things in the desert. Cass, at some point, as the sun is starting to come down, says, I think we should go ahead and camp for the night. And we can continue again before dawn. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I could regain a magic slot. I mean, get some sleep.
I don't know what that is. Are you okay, River? Sure. It doesn't take you guys that long. It's easy to see a lot of the stuff around you, and you do find some sort of rock formations that you can camp against. And looking
Don't get too close.
You do cautiously approach and poke around, and it actually looks relatively safe. And looking around too on the horizon, you don't see any signs of fires or camps. You don't hear any activity out in the distance. But by the time you guys settled in, it's almost so dark it's impossible to tell. And you guys set up camp. Is there anything anyone wants to do while you're settling in for the evening?
Lessmore's gonna take a look at that snake tooth. Try and see if she can figure out what it is. She's making like sketches of it in her book.
Sure, absolutely. With the equivalent of a long rest, you find out. You do some cross-referencing with some of your other books that you actually have on hand, especially with the sort of job that you do. And you find it to be a snake-tooth dagger of venom, totally not in the description that I posted there. Snake-tooth dagger of venom, and I can add that to you shortly, unless you want to kind of do it up on the side there. And while you're actually looking things up too, Cass comes up to you and she says, did you record anything new? I mean, I've seen plenty of giant snakes in my time, but never one from the desert. That was definitely a new variety. And I really thought we were dealing with a real dire hyena. I mean, I've heard of them, but I've never actually seen one.
Right. Neither have I. I've never recorded them in the books that I have, but maybe it had something to do with the druid and her powers.
Absolutely. Seeing the bark armor, I should have realized that it was a typical animal. It definitely was some sort of protection spell. Druids have been known to be able to cast bark armor on themselves before moving into their animal forms.
Well, we learn new things every day.
Yeah, we sure do. You got anything else there? I see you have more notes out.
Oh, she closes the book that she was looking at with the sketch of like the tooth snake, and she is like, actually, I do. I was looking at my notes earlier, and she like goes through the books that she has, and she's like, this one. She pulls it out of her bag of holding. I remember I had told you something about the thing that I've been looking for, and I had a note somewhere. There's just so many books I couldn't keep track, but I finally found it today. I wanted to tell you, the thing that I'm looking for, I think that it's somewhere here. Well, maybe at least last seen in the Azuli Dominion. So I think that we're on the right track. And she pulls open to the page and she's like, she looks over again. She's like, right, I've heard about it. This is the first time that I've heard so much about it in such a long time. But when I was there in Voldor, just east of Ironhelm, I had met someone, a famous, maybe slightly famous bard. Maybe you've heard of them. An elf, Symphona.
You met Symphona? I love their music. You actually met them.
I heard them at the local tavern, and I mean the music was great. Everyone seemed pretty enamored with them, and I was so surprised. I had never seen someone draw such a crowd, so I went up to them afterwards and was so interested to learn about where they had come from and how they had learned through the college of their bard. But the more I got to talk to them, I learned that they had quite a lot of information about the going-ons around career and the Dominion.
Symphona.
Symphona, right.
Really?
You wouldn't think it, but I suppose they need a lot of people over time.
That makes sense. That absolutely tracks. Did they tell you anything in particular?
So I got a lot of information about her, or about them, and then they requested information about myself, and I was maybe an ale or two in, and I shared that I was possibly looking for something, and Symphona said that they had the information, or had seen something similar, but I had to pay them. I know, it's a coincidence, isn't it? I paid them probably 50 gold for this piece of paper that they shared with me. They had matched a sketch that they had seen from a cleric's journal. And it was the thing that I'm looking for.
Are you kidding?
No. I mean, for all I know, she could have been lying. Or they could have been lying to me, but it's the best lead I have right now, and based on that note and the sketch that seemed so real, it's headed, or it was last headed, to the Azuli Dominion, so maybe we'll learn something about it while we're down here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great news. I didn't know that you had that information. Wow, Symphona, of all people. This place is full of surprises. After we get done here, we're so close, we can maybe get a little bit deeper, and it'll be easier with just the four of us, and we'll find it some more.
I hope so. I really do.
It'll be dangerous, but I think we can handle it. We've been able to handle a lot so far anyways.
Yeah. We've got a good ragtag team of people from all different cultures. It's amazing.
I know that excites you.
Let me show you. I have a sketch of Symphona, and she kind of goes to a different couple pages and shows you like all these different sketches of them.
Oh, beautiful. They're amazing. I've actually seen them several times across career in my travels. I even dragged Duras to one of their shows. He's not really into that kind of music, but I think he had a good time a couple of drinks in. He won't admit it, but I think he did. This was when we were up in Central Career, so it must have been when they moved around on tour from Voldor. So
right. I bet River has heard of them.
Oh, I'm sure. And if not, I'm sure she would be super into them too. Their music is amazing, and it's very interesting to hear that they somehow have this information.
It is. It really is.
She also turns and looks over her shoulder and sees Morden setting up his own camp and reading out of a book, doing some kind of strange things about himself. And he, without taking her eyes off of him, she leans into you and says, "Keep your eye on the old man, will you? I definitely don't trust him. I'm sure none of us do."
Of course, yes. He seems too stern, too serious about his life. Which makes it hard for us.
I'm sure that has to do with something else. Something about him. We just, I think, have to watch our backs.
Of course.
She puts her hand on your shoulder and actually goes to check on Duras. You should be drinking water. I saw you sneaking that ale into your flask.
It's not ale.
It's not?
You want some?
She takes
And it's just like hard liquor that like
Duras, you're supposed to stay hydrated, but
yeah, that's
and hands it back and sits next to you for a moment.
That's what he kind of looks at like the 3 different like water pouches he has and goes, this one's for.
Duras, these are all still full.
What?
Have you just been drinking liquor the entire time we've been traveling all day?
I'm not really sure. I have a wicked headache right now.
Okay, just promise me you'll drink some water tonight before you go to bed. Or don't. I don't know. You're a grown man. You can take care of yourself.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I wanted to talk to you really quick. I wanted to say that I know how much you want to take your grief out on these orcs. I just wanted to say, I wanted to make sure that you could maybe just promise me that you won't do anything that will put us or even the young man in danger.
Look, we're gonna get that kid. And hey, I tried to not kill that one earlier today right away.
You know what? That's true. No, that's absolutely fair.
She was cursing and carrying on, and in the Hamadaba language,
Wow. Okay. That's Mike saying that.
And we'll be right back, folks.
It's like that technical difficulties card. Like The Simpsons or something.
And Eric Andre will be right back.
Right. She's like, wow, okay. Wow, I didn't see that. She's kind of looking at you. Yeah, no, that's fine. They're a proud people and they will fight to the death. And I know you never give up. Just you know as well as I do that we have to play this smart. Not only do we have to save Fabian, but we have to get out of here alive. No matter who may want to kill us. And her eyes meet yours and then moves over to Morden as well. And kind of with her eyes says, keep your eye on him too. I don't trust him. Kind of nods at me.
For years.
Claps her hand on your shoulder and gets up.
Oh.
And wait, what? What were we gonna say?
What? Oh, no, no, I...
So drink some water, and she kind of like playfully kicks you on the side.
He rolls down the dune. No.
He's probably 5. And she makes the rounds over to River. River, you have the other potion bottles too, you said?
Mm-hmm.
In the time that you guys settled in, you find that the warm one, that's bright yellow, orange, red liquid, is actually urine. No, it's a potion of fire breath.
Okay.
The other one, the muddy liquid, that when you shake it up, you see little bits of claw and hair and maybe a tooth or something. That's actually a potion of animal friendship. So you have those in your inventory.
All right.
And Cass walks up to you and sits down. Sir, are you okay? Like, you're good, River, but I can tell when you're on edge.
I just want to make sure that we all make it through this mission because it's paying out so well, right?
She looks at
Kinda
you.
gives like a wink.
River, don't think I don't know who the Baron is. I remember what you told me before.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want the others to know what's at stake here. I've learned in my time people should know what they need to know, and no one else needs to know about the Baron and about Feather.
That's fair.
As far as they know, Feather doesn't exist. We're just on the mission to save Fabian for money. And that's it.
Yeah, that's not for me to say anything, and that's for you. I know you care about the rest of them, and
No.
you know.
So let's stay sharp.
Okay, but when we get back, you know, it might be fair to let them know what we're getting into. The situation is complicated, and you know we have to be careful. It's not just any bad person that could be holding her. It's the Baron of the border. We could free her, but we might die in the process, and then what? Your friends may die in the process, so we definitely have to be smart about this. Just know that you're not going to be alone in this either.
So you'll back any play that I make?
River, I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Okay. Gonna hold you to that.
Just be smart about it, please.
Of course. I was born smart.
Of course you are. We'll get her. I said, I promise.
All right.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do? Doris, do you make it back up to the camp after rolling down the dune? Okay. All right. Morden also seems to settle in and go into his tent and go to sleep without even saying a word to the rest of you either. And as you settle in for the evening, the sky that was once blazing with blinding light and relentless heat from the singular sun is now filled with thousands of distant motes scattered across the cold, darkened heavens. The low hum of nighttime winds chanting the ancient tongue of a time long forgotten. Out here, one can easily identify the constellations mapped after the many known and lost gods, the multitude of stars painting the dynamic canvas above as if depicting the mythical battles between them over and over the millennia. Looking up, it is all so alive and beautiful in the desert, breathing with movement, exhaling, waking dreams. There's a sudden, overwhelming sensation that everything notices you and stares back, peering down on your finite self. And you momentarily forget that in a few hours, you'll be standing back in hell.
Maybe we should travel at night instead of during the day.
You know, I've often said that about a lot of things that I see, but it's one of those dangers at night. In that, Duris, I'll say this, Duris, you look around and you say that to yourself while you're drinking to yourself. And then a part of your training reminds you that, man, I can't even tell where I'm going.
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure. So,
stars would help.
Stars would help. Okay. This, do we have time for another break? Did we do two or did we do one? I don't remember.
We did one.
We did one? Let's go ahead and do that. And just notice the time. So before we move on, remember we are streaming live on Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can sub to us for free and watch with zero ads. You didn't know that?
No, I did it.
Oh, you did it? I did it.
Yeah.
You all did it? Shit, did I do it? Might be about that time. Just to re-up. Make sure you re-up every month, all right? So sit tight and we'll be right back. Hey, everybody, we're back. Let's get right back into... I don't even know what we're doing. Disintegration.
We were camping.
Wandering in the
That's
desert.
right. When dawn arrives, you all immediately notice when you get up that Cass is gone. Her tent is broken down, but her camel is still tied with the others. You do know that this isn't actually typical, as she likes to get up early and scout ahead. So you follow your normal routine, you continue to prepare to leave, and as you finish within the hour, the sun is still down. Cass returns to camp almost out of nowhere as she removes the hood from her cloak, dismissing the mirage-like camouflage. She has a special cloak that does that. She goes, "You guys aren't going to believe this, but there is a raider camp several miles ahead from here. It's just up there in that direction. It's the only camp we've seen this close to the border. It's probably a good chance that it's them. I didn't get too close, but if you guys want to check it out, I think we should leave the camels here and continue on by foot. Those camels will give away our position at 500 yards. Like, I mean, I can even smell them on the way back in."
Upwind from them.
Yeah. Maybe they'll make some noise or something. The sound carries over the area. They should be sending out a hunting party this morning for the day's food, but that'll be the best time to catch them off guard and sneak in. But we'll have to hurry and get in that position. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel ready.
Okay, great. So you gear up and set off, double timing it on foot to the target location. After walking for several miles, dawn is still just peeking over the horizon. The endless landscape of cracked earth, scattered rock formations, and the occasional knolls of sand all look the same during the day, but even now with the scant light, it's almost impossible to tell where you're going, Duras. It's not an issue, as you trust Cass that Cass does know where she's going. You eventually approach a wide elevated ridge when Cass signals to keep quiet and stay low. Those of you who can see Morden notice that he digs a small black cowl from beneath his robes and dons it, and he pulls up the hood, and his appearance shifts momentarily, and then he ends up looking like a different older man wearing an unassuming outfit consisting of a white long-sleeve shirt, brown tunic, leather tunic, and maroon pants and high black boots. Even his cane now looks like a gnarled wooden stick, as he still requires its assistance to walk, but he has changed his appearance. And you crawl and you crest just over the ridge, staring down at the small camp. There are only a handful of tents surrounding a large bonfire, and one tent that is distinctly bigger than the rest. There are 3 visible guards, 2 standing by the fire and the other one walking around the perimeter that you guys can see. It also looks like several other warriors/hunters are preparing their gear around camp when a large green-skinned orc with long black hair emerges from the big tent and barks orders at everyone. And this prompts the rest of them to start heading out. You guys just got there in time, and they're carrying their various weapons and hunting implements, and the apparent leader returns to his tent. And Cass turns to you all. "I don't see Fabian anywhere. There's a good chance that he's in one of the tents, probably the chieftain's tent."
Yeah,
What do you think?
And investigate.
Yeah, we should wait a few minutes to make sure that we're in the clear, so that the rest of the hunting party is in range. We can either sneak in and take out the guards first. It doesn't look like they're expecting any trouble. Or maybe they're not concerned at all being attacked, like they can handle it.
I think it's the latter.
Probably.
They're not quite used to being raided themselves.
That's true. It's true. And Morden, from behind you, says, "No witnesses. The Baron explicitly ordered you to kill them all." Cass looks to the rest of you. Said, "What do you guys think?"
If they don't see us, then we don't have to kill any of them.
Should we send someone ahead who can move very stealthily to do a little more recon on what's in the tents?
Cass looks and thinks for a second. She says, "Normally I would, but I don't want anyone getting into too much trouble without help close by. This, I know we're good, but this actually makes me nervous, and I don't want to lose anybody. If we go,
Fair
we
enough.
go together. We've got each other's backs, so we can either sneak in together or we can take out the guards first while we have the time, while they won't be back for another couple of hours. I think we can take them. Only 3?
Yeah, I think we got that.
Okay. I'm in.
River, do you want to do her dance of
Hey, boys.
Hey boys. Yeah. All right, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to try to sneak in from the side, or maybe from the front? Should we directly confront them? How do you guys want to do this?
If we directly confront them, they're definitely going to sound an alarm loud enough for the party to hear.
So we should wait till they're out of range.
Well, yes, that was your original idea, but then let's still kind of like get in through the side and catch them off guard, I guess, if there's a side of this camp. Looks like a circle.
It is a circle, and you see some of the barriers in between, makeshift walls of animal leathers. There's some stuff like, what do you call it? Actually, I'll just bring you to the map so that you have your overhead view of where you're looking at. And can you guys see the map without placing your stuff, your tokens on the map?
No.
Nah.
Just drag yourselves to the bottom left. Excuse me. Whoa.
Hey.
Sorry.
Whoa.
That was gonna be a silent one. You just,
Nope. That was. Hold on. I'm just not paying attention. Okay. Let's see. Come over here behind, like we're sneaking out from the back of the wall here.
No, I put myself on the map and I can't see anything.
Where are you? I don't see you on the map.
You gotta look for the little outline of the box map.
Oh, it's all the way up there. Jesus.
I would do the same. We're gonna stand right here.
Oh, you're gonna drag this guy, everyone's favorite guy. It's Morden. It's Morden.
It's morning. It's morning.
All right. You sort of you guys are on the map so that we can see how you want to approach this. I would say that you guys are sort of actually kind of above where you are standing right now, and there's a way to get to anywhere of the perimeter, at least there, without being seen. And you can decide how you guys want to approach.
okay.
I say we approach with the less spiky bits.
Just go around, and she points at this, and the main tent is over in this sign. Okay, yeah, you guys can do that if you want to.
Walk around to the other side.
Mm-hmm. What do we do if who's gonna take the orcs if they end up seeing us?
I'll go deal with them.
Maybe we could draw one out at a time.
You want to aggro? It doesn't work like that in like the real life.
No, we can't
Just
aggro and pull
one
them
and pull them.
Surprise round them.
Right. You guys can surprise them if you guys want to take them. But if you are planning on approaching from that side, let's go ahead and move over there. And what am I doing? And
And Cassie
plan.
just walks right into the middle.
Hey boys, right?
I
Well,
heard
we
you like
all have
man flesh.
bows. We could shoot it all three at them at the same time. Or...
Cass is like, I don't have any bows.
You don't have a bow?
I know, I'm a
just have
ranger. I left it back.
crossbow.
I left it back on my other character sheet because I wasn't planning on doing range combat. I'm not that type of ranger. Wink. You guys can definitely do long range support if you'd like. Maybe we take them from each side, or do we go ahead and try to sneak into the tent?
Maybe from each side. If we keep all of them busy, none of them are able to ring whatever alarm there might be.
I
Yeah,
agree with that.
that's probably the best bet.
I agree with that. Make a perception check, everyone, too, while we're in this space.
9.
9.
21.
50.
You hear the Baron's son trying to sing in the.
And Cassie makes a 15 as well. Lessamore is a little bit more being just stealthy in general. Oh, and everybody make a stealth check too, just a general stealth check. Wow, Cass. Jesus. Oh, I know I have advantage. Sorry. Woo! Woo! Lessamore, do you have advantage too with your
With the hood, yes.
Yeah, okay. And River, that's adequate. Ooh, Duras. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I'm
No.
With your perception checks, you don't notice any sort of immediate alarm. You know, like when you're in a game, you have to take out the alarm box or something like that, like a Far Cry or something. You don't see anything that like a bell or anything. From where you're standing, you don't even see any alarm horns per se. That's not to say that it's not actually there. But as you try to sneak in, you see, Lessamore and River, you said you have a bow as well. You're getting into position and getting ready to shoot at some of these orcs. As Cass, Morden's actually going to stay here, and Cass is like, Durst, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
And you try to get to the tent when your armor somehow makes a lot of noise, Duras, with your 4 for your stealth roll. And
I got all these pots and pans on me for.
Yeah. Why are you using a pot for a helmet? One orc sees you, and that's actually enough. And he looks at you and he points with his maul and it says, "Un gaz herka ganat." And the other 2 look in your all's direction, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
I say back in Orcish, we have a meeting. No. Parlay.
Let's see here. I don't have the initiative thing up. Man, I am not good at this. Let's see. Initiative for Cassie. Cassie, ooh. Good roll, babe. Add turn. Oh, well, you guys got lucky. Let's... Okay. There was a small chance that you guys were going to be able to make it, because while they seem like they were casually running or walking around, they are warriors of the highest degree, and they are very alert. The orcs take aggressive stances with their wicked weapons. I'm going to turn turn order. Sorry, reorder this turn order. They take aggressive stances with their wicked weapons, poised to strike. Their expressions a mix of rage and sickening glee. However, before anybody moves, another orc emerges from one of the tents. A leaner one with a less wild look about them, save for the archaic smattering of tattoos and scars on his body. He confidently walks out open, and draws his sword, and he sees you, Duras, and he points it directly at you. Let me get this art.
It looks like you put the fighter in there twice.
Say that again.
It looks like
I did. Oh, that's odd. Okay.
You also have copy of work.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we're gonna roll with that because I thought I did all of the work here, and right, 20 descending, and you see this. Like I said, this orc pulls out a sword and he points it at you, Duras. He says to you, Voltutun igzag, do bugben mi nakolak. And to you, you hear, who is this foolish old human who thinks he can defeat a true master? And he
it's time for an anime duel.
swings it around. Davrados kon uzaki, which means many have tried and failed. This will be no different. And he gets into his stance and says, Bak lagra dugzagzi. I will give you a good fight, and then I will take your blade. And he actually you're up first, and I don't know why Zolzana's up 1, 2, 3. Wow, ooh, speed this turn order up. Crazy.
You got that all sorted now?
I don't know why. What's her name? What's my other character's name?
Cassie.
Cass. She's not. She is not in turn order. She was in. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, we'll just put her at the new turn order. 8. Which is this. And you know what I forgot to be doing too? I guess you guys haven't really been in a lot of combat, but we forgot to be staggering the combat. We're just gonna do it that way. Duras, you are up. This fighter is challenging you to a duel.
And in a duel, 2 must fight. I got him. I
got him. Fan-fucking-tastic. I love this.
I'll take a charge at him and take a couple swings.
Go for it.
I'm gonna activate Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, you are. Let's do it.
So, no, down. I get 5 temp hit points, and I think I get advantage on the one attack or all attack.
Yeah, it says you can give
on weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn.
Right.
So let's go. 19
hits. He tries to block it, but just barely does, and you scrape him for
16 damage.
Wow, holy shit.
Yeah.
Second attack, another 19.
19 hits. Holy crap.
14 damage that time.
14. That one is a deep cut too. And you see him, he's briefly surprised by your prowess.
And I look at him and Orc and I go, don't underestimate me.
He's like, come on, man. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. You guys all see this unfold before you, and this one double times it over to. And they haven't seen you, but they've only seen Cass and Duras, and this one's gonna skip over here to make sure. Oh, I forgot I could do this. Anyway, over here, it's not gonna quite make it, and going to chuck a javelin at her. It's more like a sharpened stick, really. Let's see. Oh shit! It got a nat 20 on Cass, and it hits her in the shoulder, and she's like, "What the?" As she takes 7 piercing damage. River, you are up.
Okay. River is going to cast Enemies Abound on this this orc, like closest to the fire. That's in the center.
It's not even facing you either, so it's totally oblivious. What is it?
Enemies Abound. So he has to fire. He has to roll an intelligence save, and if he fails, then he can't distinguish friend from foe. He'll attack anybody.
Oh, good. He's got
if he makes it, he's immune to being scared for the duration.
Okay. Well, it's a 15. He missed it. This one is Dazzle. You see him. He's not even like he's paying attention to the duel. He's beating his chest like an orc getting into the fight, and then all of a sudden he shakes his head and he starts looking around like there are enemies all around him. It's not just the 2 that have intruded the camp, but he's looking at everybody. If we get to this guy's turn and I don't attack someone else or roll to attack, then remind me, please. Let's see, that's your action. Then for your bonus action.
Bonus action, I yell out to Duras, when you take his head, do the thing where you hold it up by the ponytail, and that's her bardic inspiration.
No. All right. The Orc Sword Master also does sort of a power up move, like okay, as it also activates his fighting spirit, and moves in to attack first with one, actually two-handed attack. Does a 19 hit you?
It can, but since we cleared it, I'm gonna use my reaction to do defensive duelist.
Oh, you're proficient. You can attack AC. Your proficiency bonus? Good God.
Yeah.
So what is your AC now?
Well, that buffs it up to 21.
Holy shit. Okay, well, he goes in for what would be a kill strike, and you easily just deflect it out of the way, and he grunts his reputation, and he goes in for another attack. This one is actually, I got 2 nat 20s on my rolls, so
oh Jesus,
one definitely hits you. That one was a siding attack, right? And he finds your weak spot and hits you for 14 slashing damage.
Oh,
all right.
I think that's 2, and he is going to with his fighting spirit is a bonus action, correct?
Yeah.
Bonus action. Okay, great. Next.
So that you can action surge with that.
Correct.
I think. Yeah, 'cause I didn't.
Cass all of the enemies coming at her, and she ends up casting Zephyr Strike, which allows her to move very quick. And as she does that, she pulls out both of her short spears and moves into this one to attack. She goes in for and I think that's a miss. No, that's a hit. Woo! That's a hit. I don't know why I'm so surprised. That's 10 piercing. Gets it right into the shoulder blade. Like it's not even paying attention to what's happening, and she goes in for another hit and easily takes it down. Whoops. For another 10. Colossus Slayer. It is enough. Just moving in, rushing into this one, or stabs, twists, and like pulls him out, and a spray of blood as this one falls to the ground. This one is looking around and sees this one. It doesn't actually see the two in the back, and goes right after this orc who's paying attention to the duel. It uses its great maul on it for a 20, which hits. 10 bludgeoning damage. It clubs this one right on the back of the head. It's not even paying attention to his companion as it is severely bloodied. Lessimore, you are up.
Right. Lessimore is going to move ahead as far as she can. 5, 10, 15, 20. And as she kind of like sprints her way forward, she has pulled out her short bow and she's going to shoot at the one that's not like confused.
Okay.
Oops. Not that one. Sorry. 26.
Wow. 26 hits.
Awesome.
I think that hits 7 piercing. That's enough. How do you do it? Wow.
That's enough. Okay, yeah, she's running forward ahead. She goes straight for the orc's heart.
This one gets clubbed in the head by the maul and turns around to look, and right as it turns completely, this short bow arrow gets right into the heart, and it drops down to the ground. Anything with your bonus action?
For the bonus action, because she's wearing the cloak, can she take cunning action to hide?
Yeah, why not? That sounds good. Yeah, you can. I'll give you a stealth, a straight stealth roll though, because you're out in the open.
A straight stealth roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? There it is.
Yeah, easily. It's almost like you ran out and shot your arrow and pulled your hood up in one motion and tumbled out of the way, and you are hidden.
Awesome.
Or at least you think you are, but nobody has decided to look yet, right? That's a pretty good roll, though. Is that everything else with your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Duras, you are up. You took
right.
a blow to the midsection. Your armor.
I took a pretty big hit for the first time in a while, and I go, gonna have to take this one seriously. And I'll use the bardic inspo for the first attack.
Oh, wow.
Shouldn't have been advantage, but a 26.
A 26, that's fine. No, I get it. If you're not using the attack, the fighting spirit, 26 hits.
So 13.
13 hits, and now it is bloodied.
And then
I was about to put the X on.
Yeah, a second attack, 23.
Wow, 23 hits.
Jeez.
10 slash
10. Okay. All right. He is actually looking pretty hurt. I don't know why. This makes it stronger. Anything else with your bonus?
I'll just kind of like he gets me with a really good hit, and I just kind of go, all right. And then like I start taking it a bit more seriously and just land 2 pretty solid blows on him.
Okay, great. This other orc berserker is actually dead. River, you are up.
Okay, let's see. How fast can River move?
Very fast.
Double speed. She's gonna sprint over here to gallop over here to this right next to this and into she'll you try to break in that scimitar a little bit more. Let's see. Shing. For 16.
I'm muted. That hits.
Okay.
Excuse me.
That's 8 slashing.
8 slashing?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
And then when he gets hit, I think he has to.
Oh,
You can make the saving throw again.
Yeah, he has to
Intelligence?
save again.
he doesn't know what's going on. All of a sudden, you're blindingly fast, and he almost doesn't even see you just with your scimitar as a power. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for River. She's kind of looking at Cassie like, okay.
She's like, I'm coming. I got your back. Zozan, Zozan, that's the guy's name, is back, and he's going to activate his fighting spirit once more, seeing how skilled you are. He gets 20. Actually, I rolled 2 20s. That hits, I believe, correct?
Nat 20s?
No, they're dirty.
Yeah, I'll do defensive duelist again.
That's not what I thought it was, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's just it uses my reaction. I can only do it on 1 attack. So.
Okay. And it goes in for the second, which is not enough. And it's not the epic sword battle that he and the GM thought it was going to be. And he starts trying to swing at you, and you're just easily.
I just kind of
pulling it away.
Come on and hit me.
Yeah, and he's coming at you. He's just like, ah, as Cassie does a sort of like a combat roll over here, and flanking with River, rolls and does a stab with the equip for a 24 and a 9 and a Colossus Slayer for a total of 15. You just distracted enough River for her to be able to push her spear into its kidney and rip it out. And spray of blood ends up going. We'll say it's going over here, so neither of you getting hit. She's good like that. And this one, yeah, and then this one is now dead. Good team work, everybody. Less and more. You are up. See Duras squaring off with this other orc, and it looks like he's probably gonna win. It's probably gonna win.
with one kidney.
With one kidney.
With one.
Yeah.
That's the last guy, right?
There's the last guy.
Yeah, it is the last guy.
All right. She kind of sees that it's going well. She'll move around this way, still kind of hidden, and she will
that's right,
hold. Yeah, she'll kind of hold her action with her short bow pointed at this guy, just in case something happens.
Sure. No, great. Okay. Held action. Anything else?
Nope.
Do another stealth roll to just for something else.
Okay. 18.
Okay, excellent. Duras, you are up.
All right.
If you had a high stealth roll, you will get sort of like an advantage on your next attack because you're hidden.
Oh, nice.
He's trying to hit me and not doing well. I'm like, come on! And I'll take another swing at him at 26.
Okay.
Jesus.
15.
Remember what I said.
He's
that
coming
it?
at you at the same time, and you guys do that epic thing where you cross swords. Nobody knows exactly what happened, except the orc swordsman stands motionless in his final stance. Duras, the sound of the battlefield becomes muted as you hear his whispered words carried on the wind. Gidudak, which translates to well struck. And the sight of something substantial pours out from his midsection, eclipsed by his body, followed by a violent spray of blood that shoots from the place hidden from view. And then the next moment, the orc drops his blade and crumples to the ground. He didn't have a lot left, so you. Oh wait, no, yeah.
Oh no, I'm dead.
Duras, yeah.
He actually got me.
He got you, yeah. Yeah, you guys killed everybody. That's great.
Yay.
End of combat. Very good.
And then just for River, I'll go. You're the one who wanted this, and I cut off his head, and I go, ah! Just forgetting the chief is in the other tent.
Oh, that's actually pretty gross. I regret that now.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess I don't remember where all my music is here. Okay, Cass says, "Let's get in there, take care of that last one, and get Fabian. Forgetting my character's name. Sorry."
All right, let's go.
Okay, everybody gather together because I'm just gonna copy paste you into the other map. Ooh, wait. All right, here we go. You guys can position yourselves anywhere in the doorway there.
All right.
And you enter the tent and find a large green-skinned orc standing there holding a battle axe in each hand. You can see what I'm talking about if I pull up the appropriate art here. His long black hair billows wildly as his eyes ignite with rage, creating an aura of heat around him so intense you can feel it from where you're standing. You can even see parts of the fur skin blanket and grudge cringing in that area of the aura. Behind him, you see a young woman hiding behind the bed. She has long, dark, braided hair, wearing leather clothes and tribal jewelry, including a large blue pendant. And he sees you enter, and he screams at you, "Warlock Dina Drozi Sansi!" Means to Duras, you hear, "You dare trespass on our territory." And there is a brief moment when he sees you look at the woman, and his eyes follow, looking back at her. Struck with the realization, he turns back to you. "Tontil Kunikaruso," which means you will not take her from me. "La Isipelakala," which means I will kill you all. And immediately we are going right back into initiative. If I can get myself situated. Go.
17 for River.
17.18.
This board sheet. 15. Wow, you guys rolled really awesome. We're gonna stagger here. Oh, and Miguel. Let's see which. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's roll 20. I have to click on the
Yeah, you have to
person
click the
to
token.
roll initiative. Told you it's my first time. Lessimore, you are up. You see this massive green, dark-haired orc with a battle axe in each hand. What do you do?
He can't see me, right?
Oh, you're still hidden. No, he actually can't see you.
Sweet. Okay, she is going to, as everything was kind of like going on, she sneaked off to the right side of the tent. This is like a table, I'm assuming.
Yep.
She's kind of standing like behind it, if you will.
That's fine. Yeah, the lines are all screwy, but I get what you're doing.
Yeah, she's okay. Perfect. Yeah, she's standing behind it, and with that, because she's lightly obscured, she's technically skulking.
Skulking. Okay, no, I get what you're saying. You're
Okay.
hidden, so your first attack will at least be made with advantage.
Oh, okay, perfect. She's going to. She takes out her short bow
You
on her
have
way over there.
Skulker.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. How did I miss that? 23 hits.
23.
He goes
Wow.
down like a sack of rocks.
Yeah, maybe. You know,
10
we'll-
Piercing damage.
We'll see. 10 piercing damage and sneak attack
Wait,
because you
sneak.
have advantage.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. 15.
15.
Jesus.
So 25 total.
Wow. I mean, I am so proud of you guys. Out of nowhere, I hit him with your short bow and like right in a nerve. Let's see here, Skulker, hide when you're lightly obscured, hiding, hidden. Attack doesn't reveal your position, and between that and how full of rage he is, he doesn't see anything else with your bonus action.
Nice. No, that's it.
Okay. Or, no one's gonna come into the tent.
What?
No one's coming into the tent. I'll say Cassie came up here too. I wasn't paying attention to her.
Well, I was like, you said like in the door. And
Yeah.
Hannah.
Oh,
the
do you guys
girl
want to go
already
in?
the
You guys
door.
can come in. Position yourselves if you need
Yeah.
to.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. My roll 20 looks like it's screwing up. Am I in the tent or outside the tent?
You're in the tent.
Just
Okay,
left the tent.
okay.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Cass is now out of the tent.
He sees. I am out of the tent, or I left the tent.
Well, Gull is here.
Is that right? Is
Oh,
that better?
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
2 tokens on my thing, which is
That you
awesome.
moved her out of the tent.
She
again.
just popped out of the tent again.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. We're dealing with some technical difficulties. The GM is going to refresh the page. How you guys doing?
I'm noticing there's no apostrophes in any of these orc names for a hard glottal stop.
True. Is it Gaal? Sorry, we don't know his name yet, but I see it on the screen.
Thanks for that, Charlie.
They don't know how to spell their own names. That's
These are the human.
It's actually
translations.
translated.
These
Yeah.
are the human translations. They don't care. This is how you know them. Okay, see, Cassie is in. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Gaul goes in. You assume that's what his name is. Well, you don't. You don't know his name. He's making up names.
We don't know anyone's name.
Runs
yet, 'cause
in
everyone just
and
dies.
tries to swing. Cassie definitely gets out of the way, and he tries to swing again. She also dodges the other one, but the intense heat of his aura does cause a little bit of damage on her as she takes that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and now it is River. Duras, you're up after River.
Okay, River is going to. I'll move over here so I can be next to Cass, flanking this fool, and we'll cast. Finding it. Dissonant Whispers. So she whispers a sort of haunting melody, but it's discordant enough to where it gonna cast it at level 2.
What is that?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, he failed the shit out of that. So 16. Wow. Okay.
All right. So that
and it's psychic damage, and he doesn't get any buffs against that. He's like, ah!
Oh no, I missed him, but you got him, Cass, and that's her bardic inspiration.
Ooh, good. And anything else?
She's gonna actually. Well, no. If I move, but it's not moving away from him, is that considered a disengage? Can I like orbit him?
No. So you can orbit him. You can only disengage with your action. Also, so you can
so I can
orbit
orbit him with movement.
Correct.
Okay. So then River will move sort of down here. swing around so she's closer to cast.
Okay, great. No, that's perfect. As we move to Durus. And
Alright. I'm just
oh,
kinda like,
also, River, go ahead and take 3 fire damage.
step up to him. I'm gonna take some swing.
Sorry, I can't even hear you.
You there?
Yeah, what did you say? Okay.
I'm gonna attack him. 24.
24 hits. Wow.
9 slashing.
Okay.
Another one. Nat 20.
Hey.
Nat 20. Wow.
Lisa and Gaib.
Don't, no. No, don't do that.
At least I got you. Ooh, that'll be 12.
12. Okay. Also halved because he is raging.
Figured, and then I'm gonna action surge. while
Action
we're
surge. There it is. Damn it. You saved it. You saved it. 25 hits.
25 to hit. That's more like it's 16 slashing.
Gotcha.
Second action surge attack. One of those 24s will do.
That works.
And ooh, man, that crit roll was not good.
That was decent. As you guys can see.
But another 17 slashing there.
Yeah, you got it. What would normally take out a regular combatant, you see all of these this damage on him, and he is still going strong. He is almost unfazed, but you can tell he would be bloodied, counted as bloodied. Anything else for your turn, Durus?
Nope, I assume that's a -3
Correct. Thank you
for fire.
for that. I would give you inspiration, but fuck you.
Hey, I asked. You're the one who
I know.
gave
I'm
me
just
all the.
joking. I'm just joking, man. Come on. Cassie goes in flanking. Oh no, not flanking. For a regular, and
He's got bardic inspo.
misses. Oh yeah, I do, and that's a
D6.
6, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's enough. Thank you, River. As she stabs it with one of the Yikwas and does a whoop, that's the wrong character sheet. Does another 15 total. 15 total, and then for a second one, 25 for a 6. Man, this is more like it. I was rolling like crap the last game. And that's what she does for her turn. Top of the round, you hear a voice coming from behind the bed. This young woman, and she says, "Stop it! Please stop!" As Lessimore, it is your turn.
Ugh, I don't like that. Lessimore is hearing that she's going to use her telepathy.
Tilapia.
She has a short bow up, but she kind of like puts it down for a sec. She looks towards the woman, uses her telepathy. I can't say it right now.
Our mind speak.
Dang it. The mind speaks. She looks at her. She's like, well, "Are you not a prisoner?" Is what she says to her.
She looks around and she can't see anybody. But she says out loud, "No! Leave us alone!"
Can I say one more thing to her?
Sure, why not?
Where is Fabian then? She asks.
We're gonna cut that off because we'll leave it at that until the next round. As Gaul, what are you doing for your turn? By that, she doesn't answer.
She doesn't answer. That was it for her. She kind of like used that as her action.
Okay, great. That's fair. This one just rages and uses a reckless attack first at Duras with his 1 battle axe for 19. I don't remember if that hits.
I mean, it can. Or I can use my reaction.
All right. That one he deflected expertly as he goes in with the second one. That's a 24 for reckless. That's a reckless attack for that. For 8 slashing damage plus. Oh no, that already has the rage in it. So hey, no, that's great. And then another 3 fire damage.
Yeah.
River, you are up. Oh,
Okay.
Yes, you are up.
River is going to reach in, grab that bottle that holds the potion of fire breathing.
Oh shit!
And pull a cork out with her teeth, and so that's DC 13 dexterity save.
Dexterity save. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dangerous move. Let's see. We're just trapped in. Okay. 22.
Okay. Well, I still do half damage, so that's 4d6. That's 6 fire damage.
6. Okay, great. Is that anything in a line? Like, does Duras have to take that?
Is it a cone?
too?
Is it a...
No, it's. I mean, it should be blocking with his body.
Is that what it says?
No, I actually don't know.
I think it's like a cone.
It doesn't say anything in a line. It just says a target within 30 feet, forcing the dex save failure half as much. So not anyone in that line. So yeah, Duras, you see flames. Oh, you know what? He is. I'll just give this to you right now too. It looks like he doesn't take a lot of damage, if any, from fire.
Yeah,
Anything
I guess
with your bonus.
That's why I got burned.
I'll give you inspiration, but we're at the end here. Anything else with your bonus?
No.
Okay.
Smoke bird cat.
Duras, you are up, and you heard the young woman, and she's still vehemently screaming, please stop. But he's still
nah.
No. All right.
25.
Yeah, that wait, I can parry. No, I can't. All right.
15.
15. Oh man, he's looking really rough, you guys.
Ooh, 16.
16. That one, he's actually able to finally get his shit together and cross his axes towards your sword.
Okay.
And block it.
And then second one, a bonus action.
If you had dual wielding.
Second wind?
Oh, second wind. Yeah, second wind is a bonus action. Sorry, I thought you meant second one.
I'm going to use second wind here.
That sounds great. River, also take 3, but also Duras, you take 3 if that's the end of your turn as well.
Yeah. We're level... But...
Okay, and Cass, actually, she puts down, she's still reeling from the heat and she takes that damage, but she has this confused look on her face, like she doesn't know what to do, and she holds her action as we move to Lessamore. On your turn, too, she says, the girl doesn't answer, actually. But you can do with whatever you want on your turn.
She didn't answer. She's gonna do the same thing again. She's gonna ask her via her mind a little bit more aggressively this time. She's like, "Where is Fabian?"
She looks even more confused and even more scared from the attacks that's happening on this orc, and she's just saying, "Get out of my head! Leave me alone!" Me too.
That's it for her.
Okay. this orc on its last leg tries to strike at Cassie. She expertly dodges that. With another reckless. Everybody should have had Darcy should have had advantage. Not that you needed it, anyways.
I had flanking.
Oh yeah, and yeah, flanking. He hits her. He had dropped her guard, and he hits her for a substantial amount, and takes a swing again at you, Duras, for 17. I don't think hits you.
That doesn't hurt.
Okay. But River, it is up to you now.
River does a quick slash with her cat's claws.
Okay.
His face.
You get advantage. Roll again. You get advantage because he rolled reckless.
Yeah, you might get a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Hey.
You did. Wow.
For 5 slashing
Okay.
damage.
So, this is wild. How do you do it?
What, the half damage of that does it?
yeah, it was just enough. You like almost catch an artery.
Those cat scratches, man.
Yeah, she nicks and then she waits a couple weeks for him to die of blood poisoning.
The long game. Ooh, ew.
She just scratches at him, thinking she's just gonna sort of wing him and distract him, but then she accidentally nicks an artery and just kind of like jumps back as he starts to bleed out.
And he's like, oh, and he's trying to resist.
Stop pumping heart.
And he's just standing there. He is effectively out of combat. We're not going to kill him just yet while we move to the space. We're out. We're going to say we're out of combat now. Okay. But you got a good blow. But do take 3 fire damage, and his rage subsides. Let me turn off Aura. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Everybody, okay, here we go. He kind of reels back a little bit. Don't take any opportunity attacks, don't be dicks. Okay, he's already done. He reels back, he tries to step back. Everybody, you lower your weapons cautiously, and the orc chieftain is about to speak, but he chokes instead. His axes fall with a muted thud as you can only stand aghast watching him clutch at his throat, blood pouring everywhere. Black veins start slithering and branching up his face and all around his body. This fierce warrior's eyes are filled with fear, probably for the first time in his life, as he struggles to take a final look at the young woman who's wearing an expression of terror. And the woman cries out, Soda, what is it? Gas? Ga? And just as suddenly as it started, he collapses to the ground. A death rattle is his final battle cry. And the young woman, she emerges from her protected spot as if no longer paying mind to the danger, and just tears are streaming down her face. And she rushes to the fallen body, embracing him, sobbing. She screams, no, why did you do that? No, God! She's sobbing and says, he was mine. We only wanted to be left alone. Oh, please stay with me. Please, no. You're all I have left. That translates to, please don't leave me. And then Morden emerges at the entrance. Smug look on his face. Those with the highest perceptions notice that he tosses aside what looks like a bit of parchment turning into echoes. And he lowers his hood, the hood of his cowl revealing his true form, and he says, Get up, Fabian. enough of this foolishness. It's time to go home now. Fabian looks up, and his eyes are filled with so much fury you can't tell if it's the reflection of the tears or actual fire. I'm not Fabian anymore. My name is Eva. You did this. Laicias Bella Cobra. I'll fucking kill you. And Eva picks up one of Gall's axes and with tremendous effort lifts up to strike at Morden. And you've never known her to be like this, but even Cass is too stunned to react. But maybe one of you can, if you want.
Yeah, I'll block it.
She comes running at Morden, and how do you block it? Your sword,
I just kind of do what I've been doing with the sword and kind of just like knock it down. Like it's clearly too heavy of an axe for them.
It knocks it out of their hand, and Morden stands his ground. That smug look still on his face. And says, "Stop!" And the booming echo of the single word washes over the tent and through you all, flickering the flames of the braziers, the effect of a command spell freezing the yoke on it. He scoffs. Then he lands a brutal blow across people's face with the metal head of his walking stick, dropping it to the floor as she falls unconscious. He looks down and says, "Pathetic," with disgust.
You're like cutting out, Mike.
He looks down and says, "Pathetic," with disgust. Did you get that?
Yeah.
And he looks to the rest of you and says, "Pick him up. It's time to go." And as he's turning, he stops and he turns back and says, before leaving, he looks back at the fallen orc and says, "Don't forget to take its head." And he leaves. And, things are getting a little out of hand, so why don't we just cut it out here for the rest of the night and catch our breath.
You wake your kids up there, Mike?
What?
Did you wake your kids up there?
Maybe. Thanks for sticking around, you all, for the second episode of Tales of Terramir Disintegration. Join us right now on our Discord for some post-game discussions, and don't forget to hit up our YouTube and podcast this weekend. We should have the episodes up by then. Have a good night. See you later.